All right. So basically, in this TechPreneur Mentorship 2024 revolution, our team is basically TechPreneur Mentorship for digital skills. And it's one of the key areas that the Ministry of ICT is trying so hard to make sure that all the youths get the required skills so that they can engage in productive activities. Now, because of this mentorship, we will need to have, of course, I'm going to give you the welcome remarks, and hopefully if the AR joins, we will be able to, I will allow her to give you some brief speech. But we're going to have the opening remarks, which is basically from me, who is the program coordinator for this mentorship, the TechPreneur Mentorship 2024. And this program goes for 2 months. We have started in July 22nd. It's going to end on September 22nd. So what are you going to expect? First, before we get into the actual mentorship, I need to officially welcome you to this program so that because we are supposed to start with prayers, but there are no people who are supposed to take these prayers. But it's just a privilege for me to welcome you to this program. And today is basically the beginning of your exciting journey. And I have to be honored to share with you some of the topics that are very close to my passion that will help you have the transformative power of this mentorship in your career development. Now, one thing that you should know about the mentorship as a career is that we are here just guiding you hands-on so that you have the power in your hands for your personal or professional growth. And of course, I want to inform you that with this training, it's going to be a fast-paced training where you will integrate ICT. And of course, it is structured in a way that you will also have entrepreneurship sessions, how to start up business. And of course, you should be able to gain the knowledge transfer. Most tech industries, when it comes to mentorship, they don't know the gap between the theory and practice. But here we're going to basically talk about the gaps. And that the gap is that most of you still don't know which programming languages we should go to. We are going to come back to that. But I want you to learn one thing from this mentorship is that we are going to have different mentors that you will interact with, that you will be assigned to. Like if you want to build mobile application, we have mentors who we have put them in our lineups so that you can gain your skills in starting, in building mobile app, in web development. And of course, we are going to use Python and JavaScript. And of course, JavaScript, we will use React, and Python, we will use Django for our web frameworks. But of course, I know most of you at least have some idea or no idea about coding. And we don't mind because this is knowledge transfer. We are transferring our knowledge to you. And of course, you need to acquire this knowledge over the years, but we will try to make sure that within 3 months, you should be able to start up some business. And then the next thing that I also want to tell you about this mentorship is that you're going to expand on your network. And of course, the official launch will be at the Innovation Hub, but this is just a pre-mentorship so that it prepares you to know what you should expect. Now, the network is that you're going to meet, we will introduce you, like all of you are mentees. So all the mentees will be introduced to the mentors. So it will open your doors to new opportunities, and you will have collaborations and career advancement. Collaboration is that you're able to be my friend. I'm able to be your friend. If you have a problem, I can help you. And that's how we can expand the network, which is actually the best way of this interconnected world. You should have a group of people you work with. Then also one thing that I have seen as some of the mentorships that I've held is that it builds the confidence. Now, if you're going to have an interaction between the mentors and the mentees, you're interacting with us, the mentors, you, the mentees, you'll have the confidence because you're not in a classroom. And of course, our physical events will be more engaging. The online will be perfect because of the resource constraint. We don't have enough money. The budget is very strained. If you had 100 million, I think it would be very easier for me to make this entire program as a boot camp where you come and code from the hub. But of course, it's very expensive. That's why for the 2 physical events, I've made sure that you will be paid for your cost for movement. Lunch will be provided, breakfast will be provided for the physical events, but for the online events, because we are transferring knowledge to you, you need to have a computer and you need to have internet. Those are the 2 requirements. And then another thing that I've seen as one of the things that this mentorship is going to bring to you in your career development is setting your goals. Some of you want to be billionaires. You want to have startups. And of course, right now, there's a lot of money in entrepreneurship. And of course, entrepreneurship cannot go without technology. That's why we put tech first in the 21st century. You the Gen Zs, I don't know, maybe you are the Gen Alphas, but I think you're still the Gen Zs. But what I can tell you is that this mentorship will help you, the mentors, to be focused on your goals, and then you can be accountable for your goals. You may want to work for a tech company, or you may want to have your own startup and recruit people to work for you. As I'm talking right now, I am running an organization that actually drives AI in agriculture. And of course, it deals mainly in precision agriculture. And that is my organization is called Rico AI. But of course, the best way we will talk about it is to see how I managed to have this big startup company that is actually going to make a presentation in Namibia. I'm actually leaving the country on 4th, and I will be back in the country on 18th. And how do you get that network? It is through the mentorship. And of course, you guys know I've traveled the world, and the beauty is because of creating our success stories in mentorship. So I will have to share my experiences with you. Now, from what I can tell you is that I used to be an intern at the Innovation Hub. I used to be an innovator at the Innovation Hub before I traveled to Zimbabwe. And during my time of startup, I didn't have money. It was after COVID. Things were not going well. I actually didn't push that company because I had to look for money to pay staff. I had about five people who were working for me. And I've been doing mentorship for Macquarie students for the past 4 cohorts. And of course, I've been handling the software engineering students. And one of the success stories I'll get for you some of my students who are already in the industry and are already having startups, and those who are actually having products that are running, they're going to be part of the mentorship. So it has actually changed my life. And even in the way how I teach, I have been teaching the practical sessions for my entire part of the career of the past 7 years. And of course, I've been in the AI field for 5 years. That's that one, especially in agriculture and security, especially forensics. But of course, all this will help you overcome the challenges. And of course, there are numerous obstacles that you're going to face when starting up companies or diving to understand some of these technologies. It is really going to be very difficult for you. But I want to tell you that just take interest. The mentors are going to be there to support you if you have guys who are in the tech industry. Okay, we already have them, the mobile guys, the mobile app developers, the web app. Of course, me, I'm going to be the one training you to give you the actual skills in programming. And I'm going to build an application with you in Django. And now, one thing that I want to tell you is that you need also think about your transformation, your career transformation, because you guys are pilot. If this pilot runs successfully, we'll have a bigger pilot that will be sponsored. I think we will probably have good money that can help you even have some startups. Okay? And of course, now the best interest is to make sure that we get started with mentorship. Once we get started with mentorship, even looking for places for internship is going to be easier, but we are going to be building solutions. Now, I want to tell you that through all these brief opening remarks, I just want to give you the transformative power of mentorship is that the mentor or the mentee will always make sure that they attend the entire program. I'm going to share with you the programs, and we are going to discuss on the dates which is going to be suitable for you when we can have our weekly meetups. Because with mentorship is to get you started and you'll be working on your project as we have weekly meetups. We're going to have code reviews as we also you building your product, you will also be thinking about how to sell the product and how to start up the business. So you're getting two skills in one. So I just want to encourage all of you to embrace these opportunities because this opportunities is once in a lifetime, an opportunity which is paid for. It is very expensive to pay for the mentors. Getting about, actually, we have 10 mentors, and do you know how much money we had to look for? That's a lot of money. I started it by telling you that we're working on something and something is coming. But you pray hard that the better, because we are targeting one which we will get probably some good money that will help you as we get started. So thank you for being here to listen to this of opening remark. It's going to be your mentorship program, and it's going to be a beacon of your success and innovation as you join this community. So let's first now get started with our first other packages that I've prepared for you. As we continue with this talk, I will probably take one or two questions and see if you've really understood my angle of how I'm coming from for this mentorship. It's going to be kind of like a workshop, so we're going to keep driving it. Okay. So do you have questions before we get into talking about what you really need to expect? Because I need to allow you get started with the tools. At least I've introduced you, I've talked about the program. You can go back and listen to this recording. Yes? Okay. So I think most of you still don't want to say any word, but I can now briefly go and tell you what you should do. Now, in this entire mentorship, we are going to, because learning very many programming languages is going to confuse you. We are going to learn only Django. So now, I just want you, after you receive the outline of setting up Django on your machine, you should be able to get started. So I'm first going to share my screen and basically show you the website that you should go to. Okay, so the website is called Django Project. Now, in this website called Django Project, what I need you to understand is that Django is basically a framework, but the programming language is Python. So this is a better website that will make you understand more about the setup and the environment that you're going to use for this particular mentorship. So we're going to basically look at Django web development. Basically, it's a framework for people who want to meet deadlines. Someone wants you to build a software and you want to beat up the deadline. Which programming language can you use? The documentation is here. You can read how to install it. We'll do it practically in our practical session, which we are going to discuss and we are going to agree. But one thing that you should know is that Django, the D is silent. Django makes it easier to build better apps, and it's more quickly with less codes. And I'm going to please ask you to go to my YouTube channel just to get your hands, basically to get started on your own. I need you to, I'm going to put the link in the chat so that you go and follow my recent training for research with Makerere students on Django. And I've put the link in the chat, or basically you can put it here. So you could go here. I'm also going to put the link in the chat. Okay. So please, this is where make sure you go and subscribe here so that you could be able. It's all about Django, setting up Django on your machine. If you fail to get the documentation, you could try. Oh, sorry. I think my network was poor. We're about to stop, and you guys are about to ask questions if you have any questions. So what I was still saying is that Django basically is very fast, because once you're able to set it up on your computer, you can move between the views and other files very fast. And of course, it has the security. Django takes security seriously and helps developers avoid common security mistakes. And of course, it's exceedingly scalable. So this is the framework that I'm going to spend my 2 months with you, training you on this particular framework. And that framework is basically Django, which is the framework for perfectionists, people who want to meet deadlines. Now, I want to say that in my closing remark is that please make sure that you keep time, attend the sessions in time. I'm going to share with you the reading materials and what you should expect. Go to this YouTube and see I am able to execute and build and start building an application using Django. I've shared it in the chat. Just subscribe here. Go and look for lecture 14. And of course, this time it's going to be much easier because I'll try to explain it as even if you've not been in any programming class, you're going to love it. Yeah. And there are other sessions that are coming. There are sessions on how to start a business, entrepreneurship. Don't miss those sessions. All the trainings are going to be online. But let's first concentrate on building a product. So in 2 months, what is my expectation? The first expectation is for you to build an application. You can build your own application. I will try to get you how to build an application. That's what you're going to be focusing on. But first, I'm going to teach you a little bit of the few basics of Python, and then we start building the application using Django. Then other sessions are going to come. Okay, thank you for listening. Let me take 1, 2 questions and we end this session. Do you have any question? Please, you unmute and you ask questions.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, this is Janvi. Basically, I don't have a question. I feel like I've understood most of the things you've been saying, but I want to take this opportunity to thank you to bring to us this wonderful opportunity. No, not everyone does this, what you're doing in goodwill. So all I'm saying is thank you so much, and I'm happy to be part of this session. Thank you, sir.
Okay, you're welcome. And thank you, Janvi. Please, could you try to get closer to, there's a boy, he's called Tom. I don't know what Tom. There's a boy who I think is much interested in coding. He's also in your class. I'll try to send you his name so that you could join. Okay. All right. So, any other person? Albert, what do you have to say? Alan, do you people all have laptops? Blair, do you have a laptop? Nasi. Joseph, do you have a laptop?
Yes,
At
I
least
do.
Jan V, I know. Lule, do you have a laptop? Albert.
Yeah, personal, I have a laptop.
Okay.
And
Deborah, you have a laptop, right?
I,
Okay. Now, if you face any challenge and you can put in your money, I will be able to meet you people. I will be able to meet you people on campus. And of course, one thing that I want to tell you is that I can create an opportunity for like a 1-day session where you just come and then you code from my coding space for 1 day. But of course, those sessions are going to be when I'm back from Namibia. So for now, you can only meet me on campus. Okay? All right. Thank you for listening. I'm going to share the recording and please try to encourage people. We are supposed to be 25 in number. Are we together? Try to encourage those ones on the list to join. Those ones who are from the computer science class, please try to share that same list with those ones who are in the evening and then weekend. Okay, thank you for listening. I will communicate to you when we will have the next session. Okay? But we expect the official launch to be on Friday. So you start gearing up. Once you see the money, I don't know whether I think the money will be sent to you before or after. I don't know. I think the money will be sent to you after. Please, you send us your mobile money number. I'm going to create a list where you have to put for us because we don't receive money. The money is sent to you directly. So I think we need to get a leader for this group.